So the update 1.21, alongside with its patch notes, just went live in Infinite Warfare a few hours ago, alongside with 3 new weapons added into the game as well. In this video we are going through everything you need to know about the new update. Let's have a look. Alright guys, what's up? It's SHAREfactory here and welcome back to the channel. So as you guys saw in the or heard in the intro, we are covering the patch update 1.21, the patch notes and 3 new weapons, which you are seeing some gameplay in the background. So let's get started with the weapons. So the first weapon is the Katana, which is in the background as at the moment. So the Katana is a melee weapon, no shit, but it says in the description that it has an extended range, and what that means is just that, as you guys can see in the gameplay, it's not something ridiculous. I just hopped on to the custom game against bots to grab some just some quick gameplay to show you guys the weapon, and it's not something commando lunge in from Modern Warfare 2. It's just a little bit of lunge. And I know that it's very controversial, but it's not crazy. You barely notice it. It just helps you. Well, sometimes it may help you, but other times it's just a regular melee weapon and it looks cool on your hands. I've seen that. I've heard that it looks retarded from the other. Look at this fail. But I've heard that it looks retarded from the other player's point of view. But that's the Katana. It's alright, it's a melee weapon, so it's kind of disappointing, but it's still fun to use. And the another weapon is the Nunchucks, and the Nunchucks are also a melee weapon as well, but instead of having, well, they actually have more range, but not the lunge. I mean, they had a wider hit registration. So what that means is you can hit a little bit off from the guy and they will still hit the person. So also nothing too crazy, but they will just help just a little bit, nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy. But sometimes I found that the nunchucks are more useful than the katana, but it's just my opinion. Don't quote me on that, but you can use them and see what works for you. But I prefer the nunchucks for the wider range, because I can miss that if the guy is not into reticle, just in between that reticle, I can still kill that person probably. But anyways, we are switching to the Wenham X rocket launcher from Call of Duty Ghosts, and also from the Beast from Beyond, I guess. But it has two, how should I say, firing modes. You cannot aim with this weapon, and it shoots out like some kind of a liquid, green liquid. And so it says in the description that experimental projectile launcher with 2 modes. Press R2 once to fire a long-range projectile that sticks on impact. Press L2 to quickly shoot shorter range projectiles with lower damage. So if you press the aiming button L2, you can spam that. You have 3 bullets in your, or 3, I don't know what they are. They're not bullets, but still, you can spam that, but they do like little to no damage. I don't like that mode, but the R2 mode is pretty useful. It's pretty great that they are just like a Semtex grenade that you shoot it onto the ground or onto the person, and there's a little bit of a delay when you shoot it to when it actually explodes, but it's always a direct impact kill, no matter what mode or range you are shooting at. But just saying, it's not anything good. I don't like that launcher. Even with the bots, I got cheated on. So, and you can't resupply your ammo with scavenger, by the way. You can only resupply your ammo with rewind, which is why I'm using the rewind in this gameplay on the background. But for the multiplayer bug fixes or patch notes, fix for the Reaper's alternative mode state not saving after death. So that means that, say if you're using the Reaper, you're using the assault rifle mode, and you die, then it switches back to the SMG mode when you respawn. It did that every single time, so you had to manually switch to the AR mode once again, but it no longer does that. Fixed for the resupply warfighter trait, staying active for the first life if a player changes to a different rig at the beginning of a match. I've never noticed that. I never used the resupply trait. Fixed an issue where the de-atomizer strike icon would not load properly. So a minor fix, but that's cool for the people who go for the de-atomizers. Then the zombies section. Adjusted the frequency at which the cryptids are spawning. So I don't know if that means that there will be more cryptids or less cryptids. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I have to hop on to the Beast from Beyond and see how the cryptids are spawning. Fix for the effects of the FNF Twist of Trade card following Mephistopheles around the map. So Mephistopheles is the super Easter egg boss. I don't know anything about that. I haven't done that or saw any videos about that. Fix for solo players being unable to repurchase up and atoms while under the influence of Perkaholic from Ghost and Skulls. That's huge. That sucks that you cannot resupply up and atoms even if you should be able to resupply, but you can now. You can now do that. Fix for songs not playing in the main menu correctly. So now the songs will play correctly. That's always good. Users were unable to obtain the talisman after defeating the Rat King if the player kills the Rat King in the rafters of the area. This has been fixed. So you can now get every single talisman for the Skull Key or whatever it is. But that's always good. That's always good. So that's everything covered in this patch notes. These weapons are meh. I was hoping that they will bring new ranged weapons, but oh well, they didn't. Maybe they will in the future on the Halloween or something, but we just have to wait and see. But anyways, that's that. I thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.